Yes.
The other space I would think about is the space in our homes. When we have, now I'm not saying I'm the most, we all have different tolerances for disorganization. And so I'm not like
how you put that.
I'm not setting the bar that high, but within your tolerance, you need to sort of have things organized to a point where you can lay hands on things you need, where you can, where you kind of think ahead, like, well, if I were going to be creative, what might I need in my home, and get that ahead of time and have it available for your kids. If your kids are like builders with blocks and things like that, which is a great creative outlet, have those handy. Don't have them like, all over the house in little bits, bring them together, or think about what your kids, what things they might need to get creative, or for yourself as well. If you decide you want to take try doing some kind of artwork, some kind of painting, make sure you have those materials. And then, you have your space organized in your house, a place where you might be able to do that. You have space in your schedule. And then the last space I like to talk about is space in our mind, because creativity requires like a mind that maybe even feels bored sometimes.
Right. So true.
We these days especially, fill our minds with noise all the time.
Yes.
On our phones, on our video games, and that's adults, kids, whatever. We fill the space and in our minds. So music playing all the time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having music on. That's great. Or listening to podcasts. Certainly we wouldn't want to cut out this one.
Right. But this is important.
but I know I'm an author. And what I find is, obviously, I turn things off when I'm writing.
Oh, yeah.
But beyond that, I find if I have not given my mind space that's quiet, like where I don't throw noise at it all the time, in the car, I love to listen to music, but sometimes I just turn it off, because then my mind is percolating. And that's when those creative juices start mixing around, and you come up with some new idea. And I personally, for the writing thing, I keep something on my, like, I just whatever comes to my mind that feels like, oh, that's a great idea, I write it down. But you can do the same thing for yourself. Allow room in your mind for your thoughts just to percolate, absolutely, and create something new. And your kids need that too. Our brains are physiological, and they adjust physically to what we put into them. And so we want to give them time to get away from the noise.